Today, we're diving into a book that's honestly a total game changer for millions, The New 1 Minute Manager. And we're going to tackle a question that, let's be real, trips up even the smartest people out there. Why is it that so many smart, totally capable people seem to fail when it comes to managing others? I mean, you've seen it, right? Maybe you've even been on the receiving end of it, or maybe you've been that person. So what is really going on here? Well, here's the thing. It's usually not because they lack the skills. It's because they overcomplicate something that's, well, actually pretty simple. We love to build these huge, complex systems for managing people when the real solution is often staring us right in the face. Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever worked really hard? Like you put in the hours, but you still didn't get the results you were hoping for? You were busy all day, just going, but at the end of it, you kind of felt like you didn't accomplish anything that truly mattered. It's such a frustrating feeling, isn't it? You know, that frustration, it points to a massive misunderstanding most of us have about productivity. We think it's all about how much we do, but it's not. It's also about how you feel while you're doing it. And this is the core idea from the 1 Minute Manager. And honestly, it's a game changer. It's this simple. People who feel good about themselves produce good results. Think about it. When you feel confident, when you feel valued, your performance just skyrockets. A manager's job isn't just to hand out tasks. It's to create an environment where people actually want to do great work. I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way of thinking about productivity, it's all about pushing harder, working longer hours, just sheer quantity. But real sustainable productivity, that's about working smarter. It's about hitting both quantity and quality. And that only happens when people feel good about what they're doing. It's kind of like, imagine trying to hit a target you can't even see, right? You can swing and try and put in all the effort in the world, but you're just going to keep missing. And it's not because you're not capable. It's because you never clearly saw the target in the first place. That's exactly what working without clear goals feels like. It's just wasted energy.
So, okay, how do we get that direction? How do we see the target? Well, that brings us to the very first secret from the 1 Minute Manager. And believe me, this is the foundation for everything else. It's called 1 minute goals. And yeah, the book actually calls them secrets. And you know why? It's because they're so incredibly simple that most managers just overlook them completely. They seem almost too easy to actually work, but that is exactly where their power comes from.
So what is a 1 minute goal? Well, it's not some vague, fuzzy dream like, do better this quarter. No way. It's a crystal clear statement of what success looks like, something you agree on together with your team. And the key is right in the name. It's so simple and concise you can read it and really absorb it in under a minute. And the process for setting them is just so powerful. First, you agree on the goals together. Then, you get super specific on what good performance actually looks like. You write each one down clearly on a single page. Then, and this is the crucial part, you take just 1 minute every day to review them. And as you're reviewing, you ask yourself that one important question. Is what I'm doing right now actually matching my goal? You see, this requires a pretty big mindset shift. Because here's the truth. Everyone is a potential winner. Some people are just disguised as losers because they have absolutely no clarity on what they're supposed to be doing. But when people know exactly what the target is, they are way more likely to hit it. And as a manager, as a leader, your number one job is to provide that clarity. Okay, so clear goals give us direction. We know where we're going. But how do you keep the momentum going? How do you keep the energy up? Well, that's where the second secret comes in. 1 minute praisings. Think about how much time we spend correcting what's wrong. So what if we put just as much energy into celebrating what's going right? The whole idea here is to literally catch someone doing something right and praise them for it on the spot, immediately. Not in next week's meeting, not in their yearly performance review, right then and there. And we're not talking about a generic, hey, good job. Effective praise is specific. You tell them exactly what they did right and, crucially, how it helps the team or the company. When you do this, you're not just reinforcing good behavior. You're actually teaching people to recognize their own wins and become self-leaders. All right, so we've got our goals, we're praising the good stuff, but let's be real. Things don't always go perfectly. Mistakes happen, people go off track. So what do you do then? That brings us to the third and final secret, the 1 minute redirect. Now, this is a really important update from the original book, which came out way back in 1982. The world has changed. In today's fast-paced environment, we're all constantly learning. So punishing mistakes, it's totally counterproductive. The modern approach is to coach people through them. And you can really see the shift here. The old way was a 1-minute reprimand, which sounds harsh because it often was. It focused on the mistake, and it felt punitive. The new way is a 1-minute redirect. It focuses on coaching the person. The tone is supportive. It's all about correction, not blame. The process is so clear and, frankly, so much more human. You address the mistake as soon as you can, and you're specific about the facts. But, and this is the most important part, you critique the behavior, not the person. You tell them, you are better than this mistake. You remind them you support their success. And then, and this is huge, when it's over, it's over. You let it go. The goal is just to get back on track. So there you have it, the 3 secrets. 1-minute goals, 1-minute praisings, and 1-minute redirects. Let's pull back for a second and look at why this simple system is so incredibly powerful when you put all the pieces together. This really is the key. See how it all fits? The goals are there to provide absolute clarity. Everyone knows what the target is. The praisings are there to reinforce what's working, to keep that positive momentum going. And the redirects, they're for course correcting when things go a little sideways. It's a complete, elegant, and simple system for being a great leader. And really, that's the big takeaway from all of this. Real leadership isn't about memorizing complex management theories. It's about making a few simple things a habit: clarity, kindness, and directness. It's about making these little human connections that are also incredibly efficient. Just like the author says, the best minute of the day is the one you invest in your people. See, these 1-minute interactions aren't really about saving time. They're about investing your time where it matters most, where you get the absolute greatest return, in your people. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's one thing you could take just 1 minute to do today? Could you clarify a goal for someone? Could you praise something great they did? Or could you gently redirect a small mistake? Just pick one. Because that single minute, it could absolutely change everything.